the streets with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretend not to see their needs? Some put the street behind a broken bottle top and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself.
Neat. Well, I'm glad you guys are all here. Welcome back, all of you singers, and welcome, of course, our honored guests. I'm Philip Williams, and I am going to kind of moderate this little conversation because we're going to have a lot of fun just really talking about what is going to happen soon with Dream World and our Young Voices program. And of course, our One World for Wildlife project that we're going to be starting. So if you're joining us live, that is awesome because we'd like to say hello to all of you live viewers right now. Hello! Welcome! Thank you for checking us out. But if you're looking at this later, then we'll probably do another one of these. So tell us what you think. And then we'll do another one, and then you can join us live in the future. We'll see how that goes. But until then, what do you say we start fika? You know, let's just, as we call it in Swedish, they call it fika. You know, you can a little bit of cake and stuff. So anybody want some glögg or I don't know?
Let's
We got some glögg
I'm going
right
to start
here.
with one of these chocolate things because they look like
They look delicious, don't they?
Can I take more than one?
Yeah, if you want, these are little gifts that we have. Actually.
Oh, you have gifts as well with you, Lars, in the car.
Yeah,
Oh,
in the
wow.
car,
This
unfortunately.
is nice. Wow.
Wow, so we have a little
Thank you.
world kind of Young Voices
I love it.
stand there. We'll see. Hopefully it fits. Well, so we're so glad that you guys are here.
Oh, thank you. We
Thank
are happy
you.
to be here.
And I think that what we want to do, we want to take this little time, especially because it's being filmed and it's going out to hopefully more people, especially like afterwards when we like kind of send the link to a bunch of our friends so everybody knows what's going on. So
Yeah.
hopefully this really reaches a lot of people.
Yeah.
And we want to just ask a few questions like how did this whole thing start? You know, so, and I believe some of you have a few questions already thought out. So, you know, just shoot, just go on out, say what you want.
Yeah, I could start. Why did you start the project?
And that's a good question. Actually, me and Lars, we were traveling through Botswana to Zimbabwe. We were driving like 500 kilometers.
No, we were driving for 3 days. We were driving 1,500
But,
kilometers.
yeah.
2,000. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, that's true. It was longer than we were in India now.
Yeah.
That was 500 kilometers. Yeah, but anyway, and every day we stopped at a new place and we met people and we actually we did understand that, I mean, the poaching is gruesome in Africa. And I mean, every 15 minutes an elephant is killed by poachers. So that's a lot of elephants every year.
Yeah.
and we passed actually in Botswana, in the north of Botswana, to the border of Zimbabwe. We passed the water hole.
Yeah.
And we were doing some filming at the water hole. And just a week after, someone was putting cyanide into the water hole and
Yeah.
killed all the elephants, all the
Over
rhinos,
200 elephants were killed. from
all my
Africa.
baboons, you know, everything was
That's
killed.
only specifically.
Yeah, everything was killed basically.
And we ended up in Zimbabwe at a project where they are breeding rhinos. And they told us a horrible story where in 2007, they woke up one morning and all the rhinos were killed. All the rhinos were dead. So it was just like a bloodbath. And it was a small rhino that survived, but he was very traumatized. So they took him into the house. So he was actually growing up inside the house.
Together with a warthog.
Yeah, together with a warthog. That also was a rescue. And after hearing all these stories, we said...
And they told us all the things they were trying to do down
Yeah,
in Zimbabwe
exactly.
to raise fundings to rebuild the place with the
And you can-
rhinos and everything.
Yeah, and you can
But
imagine raising money in Zimbabwe. It's not
Yeah.
easy.
There's not many people I mean,
No.
to raise money from, basically. So.
So we
This,
said...
this thing where they put something in the water
Waterhole?
No, in the at the place where Rags is describing, they were actually going in and they were shooting all the
Yeah,
rhinos.
and they took the horns, so they cut their faces off and they took the horn. It was horrible. So we said we have to do something. So we said we had to take Africa to Sweden and try to wake up people and try to raise some money, and we did. So that's actually why we did this Save the Rhino Gala last year. So that's how it started.
That was how it started.
Yeah.
I just feel it's disgusting how some people do this. It's
It's
just
insane.
It's about the money. I mean, it's a lot of money. It's one rhino horn is worth like $1 million on the
But
black market.
what do you do with them?
Like a person who buys a rhino horn. It's like, I got a rhino horn.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah.
Now
What do I do with this?
Make a powder of it.
That is like some powder that Asians believe
Exactly.
cure like cancer. And
Yeah.
stuff.
And it's the
Or-
same as your nails and your hair. So I mean, it's not useful for
Chinese
anything.
traditional medicine. They
Yeah.
believe in rhino horns.
And they do that still.
Yeah, they do, unfortunately. And there were some guy in Vietnam that was actually, he was a politician. He went out in the television and said that he was cured from cancer just recently, just a few years ago, from rhino horn. So it absolutely increased.
Skyrocketed.
Yeah, but the middle class is growing a lot. So that's why it's increasing a lot as
Yeah.
well. So it's sad.
Yeah, and hangover, they use it for hangover.
Yeah.
A cure for the
Yeah,
hangover.
yeah,
For
yeah.
the
Yeah.
It's like, oh gosh, last night was so bad. Somebody give me some rhino horn. I gotta get this out of me. Oh,
Exactly.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, that's awful.
Yeah.
But so this is a relatively new thing for you guys. I mean, last year you said was
No,
that
but
the first or?
we have
No.
been working for like 5 years in
Okay.
the Perfect Work Foundation, and before that we were traveling a lot,
Okay.
trying to find something, one cause. But instead we ended up with a lot.
I think it basically started that we were as a private persons 10 years ago basically starting to help a lot of different projects.
Yeah.
And 5 years ago we started up the foundation, and last year the gala was inspired by the trip in Botswana and Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because we understood that all the money we had will not
disappear.
save the world. That's why we needed
yeah, exactly.
to do
Yeah,
it,
that's
to
perfect.
try to fundraise. Yeah.
So I believe you had a
Yeah.
question.
Do you guys work with the people down there?
Yeah, we work with a lot of projects. Yes, we actually try to find the heroes working on the hands-on the project. In Africa.
We work in mostly we work in South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe and Kenya. Tanzania.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
When we are in Africa. Because there are rhinos in other places still.
Yeah.
I mean, how do the locals react when you come and try to help the wildlife in the country that you go to?
Yeah, you know the biggest problem in let's say Africa is that we need to find a way to get the kids out so they can see wildlife, because I mean we are going down there, we go to big parks, you see the big five in 2 days and you think that Africa is full of animals. And the sad thing is actually that the kids in Africa, they have never seen a rhino because they live in cities, and it costs a lot to go to a park and see wildlife. So I mean, I think that's super important, because they are the one who are voting, and so why should they care about the wildlife if they don't even know that it exists? So that is something we have to work out.
But I mean, everyone is very happy when we come down there. And last year we got some of the people coming up to our gala in Sweden as well.
Yeah.
We got the chief prosecutor from Kenya up here.
Yeah.
The first lady from Kenya was supposed to be here. Unfortunately, she did not have the possibility. But we hope that we will have some, let's say, fun people next year on the elephant gala.
And these people you're talking about in Kenya, they are teaching a lot of kids and people in Africa. Try to educate them why it's important, so we don't lose our paradise. It would be sad if you are growing up and your kids never see wildlife. Some people think that we are the last generation.
But we used to say, I mean, now we are talking rhinos and elephants. But I mean, more important is the 999 other species that are extincted at this moment, that will be extincted during this year.
Yeah. we don't
Approximately
even know
1,000 species a year is getting extincted. 99% of these species are because of humans.
Yeah.
And they are not rhinos. They are small animals that maybe is more important than elephants and rhinos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For our survival.
Yeah, exactly.
What animals do you work with? You work with.
We're trying to
What animals do they
just
not
save
work
the
with?
world.
Exactly.
No, I mean there is a lot of animals, but the first gala we had with the rhinos was because the rhino will probably be the first one out of the big five
Yeah.
that will disappear.
So it will be a big four.
Yeah.
Because I read that that you work with ocean wildlife
Yeah,
as well.
of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what we would like to do with the ocean thing is like trying to get people to understand the plastic, how much plastic there is
Yeah.
in the ocean, because plastic is destroying so much, and the ghost nets, or just there's a lot of ghost nets in the water, and dolphins and all kinds of fish are trapped in the nets from fishing industry. So,
But
that's
once
really important.
again, I mean, we are doing some fundraising, but we're also working with awareness.
Yeah.
So it's so important that people your generation is understanding the problems that we are facing in the future with everything that's happening with our seas.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
now they started to whale hunt again in Japan
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like,
for research.
Yeah.
it's like we'll say it's research.
Yeah.
But you guys had a question to the kids, if you will. Like, can you go ahead and ask that question? Because I think that'll be interesting. We got to see. Does
Hardest
anybody have?
question on the
Yeah, we're gonna just spring it on you. See what you guys feel. Is maybe someone has an answer already? Who knows?
Yeah. But I mean, we have our opinion and we have our ideas how to do things with galas and whatever. But it would be very interesting to find out how you guys would like to do to actually create a change for the future.
to get your generation interested
Yeah.
in saving wildlife.
Because it's kind of hard because we all live in cities and we are
Yeah.
all the young generation isn't as interested because they don't know a lot about it. So
No.
maybe we should just raise awareness in the first case and maybe tell people about what we know.
Yeah.
And about what you can do to stop it.
Yeah, and spread it in the social media.
Exactly.
How many
Spread the
of you
message.
have seen an elephant in the wild?
The guy who lived in
The guy from
Africa.
South Africa.
This is the problem. And so I mean, it's hard to understand. You think it's a lot of elephants and rhinos and cheetahs and whatever in the
Yeah.
world.
And also, when it's so far away, it's like it feels so far away from your
Yeah,
reality, from your world.
Mm.
Me and Lars, we were in Kenya this year and we met the last northern white rhino.
Man.
There's one guy left in the world, and when he's dying, that species is gone. There are two girls and him, and they have tried everything. So it felt really, really sad when we were standing there. I mean, feeling him breathing, and knowing that he's 43 years old, and he will die probably in a couple of years.
Yeah.
From now, he could die tomorrow. Isn't that? I mean, it's our generation, and
Yeah,
I'm on our watch. It's
exactly.
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that there comes a time where it's like we're the generation that is under my generation, millennials, if you will, that there has to be sort of a, I don't know how to explain it, because I get the sense that there's a lot of navel gazing, a lot of like, let's take a selfie and I'm going to post this so everyone can see me.
Yeah.
I'm not accusing any of you of being
No,
that type.
I do the same.
But you know, exactly. Because like even I do that to the point where some people look at me and go, you're an idiot. But you know, there's also the sense of like, I remember I was talking to someone, a close family friend who's 13, 14, and there was this moment where she repeated this fact that she heard that made no sense. And it was like, and I sat there and thought, why would you say that? Where did you hear that? A friend of mine told me. And I'm like, well, you have this thing called a phone, and there's Google on it, and you can find out if your friend is is full of crap or not, you know? Why not use that, you know? But it's just like, but my friends are, or I guess it's, and there, I guess there's a level of maturity that you have to ask, you know, a younger generation to really get into, so that they can start taking responsibilities. And I don't know exactly, like, how do you guys see that? Like, do you feel like, oh, we got to do everything to save, you know, this planet now that the generation before is screwed up. Now we got to do all this stuff and we can't have fun anymore. I mean, how's that? What do you feel? Is there do you guys have an attitude about it? Like, or you know, like what do you think?
I mean, I wouldn't say that like, oh, now we have to take care of the shit that the the generation before caused. It's,
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. It feels a little bit like that, but at the same time, I don't think that it has to be boring or it has to be a burden. It can be fun.
Yeah.
It's like we have to make it fun. We can. It's like, yes, it's hard work, but it can be fun at the same time.
It's worth it.
It's worth it. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's worth it so we can know that our children and their children grow up with the wildlife that we had or have.
Yeah, and it should be fun to save the world.
Yeah.
I think so. Otherwise, it's it's tough.
We need young voices, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or as we like to call ourselves, the young warriors, fighting for justice. But let's see. Well, I mean, I feel pretty good about it. Do we have any other questions now that we're
I
kind
have
of
one.
yeah?
I was wondering because a lot of people want to do something, and a lot of people do stuff. But how far would you go to save the wildlife? Or
You should not ask me.
No. Do you have any other questions?
Pass. We passed that question. Next. Moving on.
Not how far we could go.
Yeah, we could probably go pretty far, actually.
No, but I think that's the toughest thing for us. I mean, when you are out there and you see what's happening, to not get too pissed off on the human beings that you see, and you see the trophy hunters on the airports. It's tough, but I tried. I think I'm in a good balance.
But we met with a lady called Jane Goodall. You maybe heard about her.
Jane Goodall,
the chimpanzee lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said something that was very good for us anyway, and that is that we should never give up. Because sometimes when you see everything happening and you see all these, I mean, they are not, when they are poaching rhinos, they are actually going in with helicopters, with night vision, with the militaries. I mean, the terror organizations is financed by ivory and rhino horns. So I mean, it's a tough mission, and sometimes it feels like it's a heavy mission. And she said that never give up, and that is very good words.
Yeah.
So in other words, we can fight terrorism by saving rhinos.
Sure.
That is a great.
Yeah.
That's a great angle.
Yeah.
It's like if you want to fight terrorism,
You know that illegal wildlife trade is having a turnover of $20 billion US. That's 150 billion Swedish crowns
Can you imagine how
That-
much animal there
a
is?
year.
How many
But
animals?
what if we would like legalize the trade of rhino horns and stuff?
Our belief is
Then like farmers and they could sell
It's like
their
saying, okay,
rhinos,
this is
like who died from natural causes.
Yeah.
They could save those horns to have money for like protecting the other rhinos.
That's a good question.
It's a very good question, because now just a week ago down in South Africa,
Yeah.
they were trying to legalize the trade of rhino horns.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is that you can, I mean, it's like Rag said, it's like nails and hair.
Yeah.
So you can basically take off the horn and then it will grow out again. So, and which means that there are a lot of farmers that have the safe filled with rhino horns at the moment.
But somebody said something good on Facebook. Don't go, if you own a rhino, don't go out and buy a Ferrari yet. Because they took back the...
Yeah, and for one day
Is
they legalized it.
Yeah.
And but the problem we think anyway is that if you are pushing out a lot of rhino horns on the market, you will increase the market.
Yeah, and you will say this is okay.
I mean,
it
instead of 10 million people using the rhino horns, there will be 100 million using the rhino horns.
Yeah.
And when all the stock is gone, they will kill the rest of the rhinos within days. We don't have many rhinos left, actually.
No.
I mean, like, if we take for an example that we say, for example, I would kill to save my best friend or something like that. I'd kill to save someone I care about. But when it really comes to it, would we kill? It's like it's kind of the same
Like,
situation.
then there's the other side of it, is like, could you endanger your own life to save? Like, that's,
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot
the same
more.
thing. Or
yeah,
not the
like-
same thing, but
It's like, not at all. No, but exactly, like, I mean, gosh, you guys went on a tuk-tuk race.
Yeah,
recently.
we came back 2 weeks ago from
Yeah.
India. We have been driving 500 kilometers.
Yeah, exactly.
500,
Yeah.
confirmed.
It was a dangerous trip. I mean, the first day we had 2 ambulances with us, and they were like taken. So there were some people who were, what do you say?
Badly wounded.
Bröt benet.
Broken
Yeah,
the
they
leg.
broke
Broken
their
legs
legs.
and
Yeah.
arms, and so it was a tough race, but it was fun. It was for the Asian elephants. So
So we raised 25 million Swedish crowns
yeah.
well,
in total to secure for the elephants to walk between the national parks.
The big problem in India is the conflict between the humans and the elephants, because the elephants have nowhere to go. So we have to build, like they call it, corridors. So you have to maybe sometimes you have to move a village to another place so the elephants can walk. But because if the herd of elephants are coming and there's a village, they will go right through it and they will kill everybody if they can. So it's pretty dangerous as well. But I mean, 90% is gone, as I told you the last year. So now we have secured 4, together with Elephant Family, 4 corridors. And they will, I think the goal is like 100 for the next 10 years.
So we're going to drive a lot of tuk-tuks.
Yeah, that was fun. We designed our own tuk-tuk. It was Team Sweden, yellow and blue. It was pretty
Awesome.
cool.
All right. Do we have
Okay,
any
so
more?
yeah, I have a question. And what is your goal with this whole project? And what will you do after you have reached your goal?
The goal must be that your generation and the next one can see wildlife.
Yeah, we
We're
have.
animals in the wild. I mean,
I think
that's,
we need to change. We need to bring as much awareness in the world, so we are seeing that we turn around, so we don't see that the decrease of elephants and rhinos. We see that they basically are increasing.
Yeah.
That will be our goal.
Then I can die.
Then we just die.
Then it's worth it.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work to
Worth
reach,
dying for.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because it's not exactly like, as long as we raise this much money at the end of the night, then it's always, there's always just the future that you're trying to preserve. Like, and that is, and it's so rough to try to plan out for that. So it's a whole lifetime commitment
Yeah.
to do this. And that's what we're asking you at home and and everyone watching to really understand, because I feel that a lot of people sometimes they see things and see that as it's so different from me that it's so foreign, it's so alien to me that I have no way to understand what it is. And when you come with movies and films and short little stories even, just to get yourself into the head of what's going on, to really hit home. And sometimes, like, I've seen some of the videos that you've shown me where you could truly see the carnage left behind by struggling animals trying to survive an attack like that. It really gets you thinking, like, oh gosh, I don't want that to happen, because I wouldn't want that to happen to me or anyone I know and care about.
No.
So there's that thing. If only there's a way to get more people, and if you can get one,
Yeah.
if you just get one,
Exactly.
You
And I mean, use your social media, spread the news, Google on whatever you can find on the internet about the rhinos or elephants, or I mean, all the animals that you like, and like use.
Like the song before.
Yeah.
Take a look in the mirror and
Make a change.
Make a change.
You don't know the lyrics.
Take a look at yourself.
Yeah. But it's true, and I think that every person has a different trigger response. Like for you guys to make a huge difference, you were there and saw something, and for some people, like for some people, it's enough to just to have a narrative being played out before you on a movie screen, for example, and you just go, oh my gosh, I so understand that person's triumph and problems and conflict, and that's why I got to make a change and do something. So there's always different ways people can respond to different things, and we're hoping that even by watching this little video that does a little something, for someone somewhere. Yes, because I think that creativity and doing things through arts and simply just going out there and doing is the only way we're going to make a change out there.
Yeah, we need to work together.
Exactly.
It's so important. Yeah.
Exactly. So if I hope that anyone at home watching this feels that they want to help out, there's ways that you can do that. Just Google it. We can leave some links in the comments below if you guys want to, check out some of the sites that we were talking about earlier. And I'd just like to say a big applause for us for being so awesome. Yeah. So cool. So thank you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And let's just have a big hug section. Let's get it out. Take some more fika on the way out. Come on. All right.
These four lonely walls have changed the way I feel. The way I feel. The same still. And nothing else matters now you're not here. So where are you? I'm calling you. I'm missing you. Where else can I go? Where else can I go? Chasing you, chasing you. Memories turn to dust. Please don't bury us. I got you. I got you. I ain't running, 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 running. Ain't running from myself no more. Together we'll win it all. I ain't running, 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 running. Ain't running from myself no more. I'm ready to face it all. If I lose myself, I lose it all. I've outrun the fears I chase. There's standing still.